Well, of course, that's the most important competition of the year, but not the only one. So basically, when I'm preparing for season, I'm just preparing, trying to be better than last one, and preparing for every meet, trying to do my best under the circumstances. Of course, my top shape will be in Berlin and around the Berlin. But basically, I take every competition very seriously. So when I look at the season, I don't think about only one competition. I think about all of them. Well, no, to be honest. I mean, we know when approximately I will feel, like I'm in top shape and be able to jump my maximum. But you never know if I'm really going to do that in some certain competitions. So there's no goals. Just our philosophy, mine and philosophy of my trainers is just to keep the high level of results, and that's the most important thing. Not just to jump good in one competition, but to jump good in all of them, and then you can expect good things. I would say it's a different kind of pressure when you're defending and when you're chasing something. Last World Championships in Osaka, it was like, my first big medal, my first, big achievement in senior athletics. I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know how to win. I didn't have these experiences before, but now I know, and from that part it's easier. But when you're defending something, everybody expects you to win it. But I was favorite then, and I don't know. I hope I will be favorite now. I will have some good results on the summer before Berlin. So yeah, I cannot avoid the pressure. I just need to learn how to handle it. Not really, not really, really. I mean, uh, Beijing was perfect competition. I jumped 205 from first attempt. I had one bad jump, fault jump on 203, and no, on 205 I jumped it from second, but before I jumped everything from first, so it was basically very good competition. I in that moment, just small things were decided who will win. But actually, I don't feel like I really lost. You know, I think it was a good fight, and I should be proud of that, because it's the first time in history that two girls jumped 205 in big competition. That 205 is actually not enough for gold. So yeah, I mean, it's from the angle you see it. Afterwards I could go crazy why I didn't make 35th victory, but at the end that's not the point. Yeah, I hear them. It's very important for them for me to feel their energy, and if they're cheering for me, um, then I can always feel like I have maybe 10% more in me. It takes at least 2 hours, and you need to be focused. Let's say from beginning of warm up till the end. So let's say 2.5 hours. I've had competitions over 3 hours, 3.5. So it's very exhausting, and you need to be prepared for every jump, because you want to jump everything from first attempt, and at the same time keep your energy for the big stuff at the end. So when people say, how come you didn't jump world record or your personal best, you had so much over the bar on, I don't know, 2 meters. It's just a different, it is maybe 1 hour after or 45 minutes after. So you just need to learn how to save your energy, and at the same time do a good job, before this big heights. I try to think about the perfect jump, how it needs to be done, from the first step until the end. Just visualize it in my head, and that's basically it. Try to remove all thoughts from my head, and just concentrate on 2 or 3 the most important things in the approach. Not about not to think about everything, you know, because that's what's training for. It depends if I'm under stress and if it's not working for me that day, you know, if I need more effort to do a good technique, then you know I'm more focused on myself. But sometimes everything is good, going well, and I'm relaxed. And sometimes I even look to other girls. It doesn't bother me too much. Everything depends. It's not every competition is the same. Well, every time was a different situation for me. First time I was only 16, and it was something totally, you know, unexpected for me, and I couldn't absorb it in the right way because I was only 16, and you know, I was able to travel to Australia, and that was, you know, big fun for me, and that's it. But you know, in Athens, I was sick. I came with temperature, and you know, I barely jumped. So that was a really bad experience. And Beijing now, it was a really good one, to be honest. Even though, you know, I didn't win, but I just felt good there, you know, good energy and, you know, nice weather and, you know, all this Olympic spirit and big stadium. And, you know, that evening was just perfect for me, you know, perfect conditions. You know, one of my coaches is my father, and the other one is Juan Marinovic, who is doing high jump with me. But we are every time, you know, all together in the training. We are like a team, and Juan is just traveling with me because my father is busy with other athletes, with my brothers and at home. But my father is writing the program, so he is the brain of operation. And of course, he like, you know, being my father and the coach in one person, he's a big support. He understands me, you know, the best. You know, he knows every expression of mine and how I feel, you know, in every moment. And so we don't have to waste too much words. And Juan is also, since I started to jump with me, so he knows all of my moves, and he's more like, you know, an easygoing person, and we get along perfectly. And you know, without you know, these two persons that I can really rely on, and everything would be, I mean, impossible. It wasn't a decision overnight. It was just I was in the stadium and doing all other disciplines, and you know, of course, I was doing a little high jump, and then I started to grow, and you know, I had a good coordination and everything that it's necessary to be a good high jumper. And then, you know, bit by bit, you know, I talked to my father. I wanted to try, and he was also a big support for me. And so, you know, if I need to say who the most, then I would say it's my father, who is also my coach. I have two coaches, but he's, you know, from the beginning. I don't know. I finished pharmacy in school, but I don't know. You know, there's no other option. I mean, my destiny is to be athlete because my family, everybody in my family are doing some sports or did some sport in the past. So it was really a normal thing to do. I would like to jump world record. I would like to be the best high jumper of all times. So, you know, if it doesn't happen, okay. I mean, I have really good portfolio for now, but you know, I want to keep my goals high.